Hey now, this is Copy Who, and I am your host, Paul the producer. Not bad. I got it right. Would you believe I screwed that up 2 times before? Because I basically said, and I'm your producer, Paul the producer, on a previous one. I'm pointing out my faux pas. I have production things that I've been meaning to do, but, you know, one little thing that's different today I'm immediately noticing on the screen is I barely increased the exposure on this. One tiny itty-bitty little setting on both cameras just to get rid of some excess flicker on the TV sets around me. Because I noticed that little stuff. And I'm going to have to evaluate how I like it. Looks pretty good on the screen right now. It's supposed to look TV-ish. It's supposed to be lit kind of like TV stuff. And today, I will be doing the lights during the rise. I will be dimming and turning off the lights during the rise, and I will be dimming them and turning them off during what is kind of like a very short little comedy piece that I'll be playing. That's a video that I found online that I thought was funny, that features the current wife of Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee. Her name is Brittany Furlan, and I have some things to say about her. Who knows, I might be doing my thing, stopping that little thing in the middle, and adding commentary to what she's done to change her look. She's another woman who was born beautiful, and she went to Hollywood, and she's definitely being indoctrinated into Hollywood plastic lifestyle, if you get my drift. Do you know what I am saying? I did a whole bunch of things to prepare for this today. I was talking to my cousin for a while at the start of it, and about all kinds of things. I'm not bringing a lot of my personal baggage from life to this, and because every time I do, there's a chance that I'll get angry and start screaming, and it's not the me that I want to put out there. And it's like, that's part of where I go entertainment-wise, is I get crazy and wacky on purpose so as to entertain, to be funny, and it's what I want to do with some things, but I distinctly want this to be more therapeutic for me, something that I'm enjoying, something in an improv sort of sense, goofing around. And when I go down these dark paths, it just doesn't feel like entertainment to me. It might very well appeal to some certain segment of viewers, but to me, that's not what I want to do. So before I get to the rise, I'm just going to jibber jabber a little bit this morning. How are you? How's everybody doing? Last time I did this was on Monday. And even though I'm still not getting the downloads I would like, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I think I'm doing good work. And I think I have to be patient. And I have to put everything out there in a different way than I'm normally doing. YouTube in and of itself is not enough. And I need to get religious about certain things I'm doing. And at some point, I very well might. I do see that happening, in fact. When I pick up Steam and I get rewarded for it, I know I'm going to go back to wherever I'm getting boosted. Yeah, so it's crazy society, and the thing that everyone is transfixed this week with is something I'm not really going to talk about. It's the trans shooting at the Christian school in Tennessee. I'm not going to talk about that, but it does impact me personally. I feel this certain sense of dread and sadness because of it. And so this show's not meant to be sad, and so I'm not going to talk about that. And what I do want to bring up is I actually turn these TVs on around me, and it's so messed up. I deliberately don't get cable. But now these smart TVs, they have apps built in, and they have channels built in. So when you hook them up to a network connection, like these Samsungs, for instance, already work with a network of channels, and one of them is CNN. It's always coming up on CNN, this 55-inch one, behind the Rise TV right here. And so that annoys me because I deliberately make it a point to avoid, CNN in my life. Excuse me, I just had lunch before this. I made a really wonderful lunch for myself. I deliberately avoid CNN, and up it pops on my TVs whenever I turn them on in here. I'm like, oh, God. I should be able to program them to go to... I wish I could just program it so that when I turn it on, it goes to the very beginning of the animated files that I play on these things. And that would be perfect. But they always got to, get their propaganda in on you, and I just don't like that. So today, when I turned it on, the headline topic on the CNN ticker feed was Congress looks to protect airline employees from abusive passengers. And I thought to myself, is that something that's just a little bit backwards? Several things came to mind when I was thinking about that. And it has to do with maybe the customers need more rights. And now I understand customers get unruly, but people with too many rights working as airline attendants sometimes get a little bit too much heady attitude. Their like attendant heavy attitude can sometimes cause the conflict in and of itself, but they have so much latitude for who they are that they get all the protections. Well, human beings on an air, especially the last few years, getting on an airplane became far more stressful for people, especially when people were being forced to wear masks. And it's like people shouldn't have to wear masks, and so I'm inherently more sympathetic and siding with the people on that one. And so these airline attendants get so authoritarian on you, and I just don't think that's right. So customer service goes out the window, and really, airline attendants shouldn't have to babysit people. I'm not saying passengers don't get unruly, unjustly, and behave like dipshits. Of course they do. I've never gotten unruly on an airplane. I realize what's at stake. If you get in trouble, they'll charge your ass, and you haven't really even done anything. But I just think when I see that they are contemplating more protections, they have plenty of protections. It's like right now you're fucking wasting time on that. Seriously, with all the real problems our country has. I want to move on. And you know what I want to move on with? I think it's time to do a rise. It's that moment to shine. And so we're going to do that. We're going to do a rise right now. And I call it rise, just like Copy does. Yeah, you know it. That's right. You know you call it rise. I call it rise. I invented rise. I sure did. Of course, anyone who knows the history knows that I'm lying when I say that. And I will always admit to you when I'm lying and jesting. I did not invent it. That's why this whole thing is called Copy Who. There was something else I thought. Oh, like I went onto Amazon yesterday looking at bullhorns. I have a bullhorn, but it's an enormous full-size bullhorn that requires humongous giant batteries to operate it. I wanted to see if I could find just like a little one to shout into the microphone here to have a sound effect. I didn't buy one. Still looking for one. That's an idea I'm copying from Howard Stern. Straight up copying from you. Or am I influenced? Is there a difference between being influenced and copied? And if I use it creatively, who gives a fuck? Howard didn't invent the camera. Howard didn't invent the movie set, the TV set. He didn't invent the microphone, the mixing board, sound effects. He might have invented sound effects in the context of talk radio at a certain time because Fred, of course, came along on his show and started putting appropriate sounds behind certain things, adding comedy and depth to the things they were talking about. Really always loved that. It made it seem like the show was alive in a deeper sense. Ah, dagnabbit. See, here's another thing I'm doing differently. I'm trying to take the headphone adapter things that I have, and instead of having the wire in front of me, I'm running it up my back and out through my ears and stuffing the wires up behind my hat. And I feel it coming out already. We're only 9 minutes in and it's coming out already. But do you know what I think it's time to do? I think it's time to go to that rise. Would you like me to go to that rise? What kind of things do I want to say during this rise? I don't even know. I have to try and keep it original. And I have to dive at something. I should plan more of this out. I should think about the things I want to say and then, add a little more spice and pepper with the improv doing it. But still make it feel like it's improv. So let's just go ahead, shall we? We'll cut that off right there. And as soon as that's off, we come over here and we go, boom, boom, boom. Rise. Rise, my lovey-dovey. Rise. I was going to say you're my meaning to live, but you're not my meaning to live. I have many reasons why I have meaning to live, But it's not the rise. The rise is only one of the best parts of the week. That's all. This moment, the best moment. If this is the best moment of my week, does that make my week a sad week? Does that make my life a sad life? I don't even know. You tell me. Is it sad? I don't know. So grateful to be here today. It gets me pumped up. It's just a little bit of a boost with the adrenaline doing this. All right then. Yes, sirree. Almost a perfect execution there. I mean, almost. I think it kind of was, right? So we'll come back here. We'll get those back on for you, and we will go like this one more time. And as soon as that comes back on, it'll be like, come back on. Oh, yeah, that is the weak link right there. The Elgato. Boom! Getting all those things completed. Such a nice dramatic feeling going dark like that. With the flashing lights, with everything. You can see how all of a sudden it amps me up. It's like, adrenaline, I'm coming at you now. Hard and fast. Do dig it very much so. I do dig it. What is the first thing I have on the agenda today? Okay, I have been asking myself if when I play this, do I actually want to play the sound? Because I know it's going to throw a copyright strike. But I've done these recordings before. Hardly anyone's listening. It won't be a copyright strike. I just know they'll bring it up if you hear this. And I think it's funny. And so we're going to come over here with it, shall we? All right. And so what we have here is a clip from The Love Boat. I might sing along with... Okay, so I'm going to improv this. For every character on here, I'm just going to say what I want. Love Tom Hanks looking super 80s. Oh my God, all these young people. Melissa Gilbert, before she got super slutty in TV and movies, she's still a little girl there, sporting the innocence. Love that. Patrick Duffy, oh my God, you remember on Dallas when that guy came back to life? They wrote out a whole season saying it was a dream, and he woke up in the morning and he's in the shower looking at Victoria Principal like, hey, what's up? And she's like, oh my God, you're dead. And then they just wrote it like she had that dream that he died. Oh my God, Tori Spelling, how'd you get this job? It didn't have anything to do with your dad being the producer behind it, did it? Of course. You look cute there before your innocence was wrecked by plastic Hollywood, and especially plastic on you. You are the walking epitome of insecurity. And I just wish that Arrow wasn't there all the time. Janet Jackson, oh my God, she has Michael Jackson face. Not because she did anything with plastic surgery here, but because they're brother and sister, and she looks like Michael Jackson. Keep going. Jamie Lee Curtis, bad person, Jamie Lee Curtis. Not even gonna get into it. You're bad. Richard Dean Anderson, don't know who you are. Oh yeah, Mark Singer, he is the Beastmaster. You, sir, are super old now. This is sort of a then and now. Melissa Sue Anderson, I recognize her, but I can't remember where from. Who are you, Melissa Sue Anderson? I'm not even going to look it up. Thought about looking it up. That's not what I'm going to do. Matthew LaBrura. Okay, so he was the brother on Little House on the Prairie, who I think died. Bernie Hamilton. I don't know. Who the hell are you? Dirk Benedict. I think you were on Dirk Benedict. I might have to look you up. What's the name of the show this guy was on? Dirk Benedict. Someone tell me Dirk Benedict. Starship. It's not. I keep wanting to say Starship Trooper. Dirk Benedict, popular show. Dirk. It's the space show, I think, right? Benedict. Space show. What is it? Battlestar Galactica! I knew it was a space show. I was right. I was so right. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Dirk Benedict. Dirk Benedict, dude. Joan Collins. Well, I don't know what to say about you, Joan. Heather Locklear. Is this before or after Tommy Lee Weiner? Okay, he ruined you for me. I can never be with a woman after Tommy Lee. How are you going to follow that act if you know he has a giant schlong and then, onward, Heather Locklear. Beauty, though. Yes, I do like your looks. You do it for me. Leslie Nielsen from the movies Naked Gun and Airplane We all love you, sir. You are funny. Thank you for the laughs. Patrick Mackney, Lee Majors, the Bionic Man himself. Carry on. Conrad Bain, you know who that is? He's the father, Mr. Drummond on Different Strokes. Well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. It might be right for you, but not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means. Then along come two. They got nothing but the genes, but they got different strokes it takes. Different strokes it takes. Different strokes to the world. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to shine. It don't matter what you got, not a lot. So what? They'll have theirs, you'll have yours, and I'll have mine. And together we'll be fine, because it takes different strokes to the world. Yes, it does. It takes different strokes to the world. That's right, I have that whole stupid thing memorized. What a special person I am. So much useless memory taken up with so much fucking bullshit. Village People. Okay. YMCA. Very good for you guys. Kelly Savalas as Kojak. Oh, Lordy, Todd Bridges. It's time to do cocaine. It's time to do cocaine. It's time to get drunk. It's time to go to AA. You, Sir Todd Bridges, joking aside, I am glad that you straighten your life out. And I know that you help people who have substance abuse problem. So, withdrawing myself from my shtick right now. Thank you, sir, for doing a service to your fellow human being. And I'm serious. No lines of cocaine for us, sir. Oh, Allison Arngrim. You know who she is? She's Nellie on Little House on the Prairie. Ah! Nellie. Biggest bitch on that show. So annoying. But I was attracted to her because she was blonde. I remember being little. And look at her now. Look at that. Yeah, dorky dork face. Can't help it. I'm really giving it hard to people. I don't know who that lady was. Recognize her. Oh, yeah. It's the dad from Happy Days. Tom Bosley. How do you do, sir? I'm the only one talking about Tom Bosley right now, I bet you. Tony Danza. Angela. Hey, hey. Samantha. Who's the boss will be back in a moment. Stick around. Love this guy, to be honest with you. A lot of laughs from Tony Danza on Taxi and on Who's the Boss. Love that guy. I like that he's Italian too. That's a strike. Or no, that's not a strike against him. That's a bonus, sir. You, sir, are a great man. Eric Estrada from CHIPS, California Highway Interstate Patrol. Linda Evans, Mrs. Plastic Surgery, and the only reason I bring that up is, ladies, please do not make yourself plastic. Just take what God gave you and maintain it. Live wisely, live healthily, and you'll be okay. For God's sake, do not do what Linda Evans did. I'm only doing this to save women from the burden of growing old and becoming Madonna face. The Harlem Globetrotters. I don't know what to say. Oh, Kirstie Alley. That one makes me sad. She just passed away recently. Thank you to her for the laughs and to somewhat being a wise lady about a lot of topics. She was a Scientologist. That makes me nervous. Don't quite know what to say about that. Scientology. Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox. You made a time machine out of a DeLorean? Okay, that's my tribute to that right there. That's somewhat of a, what do you call it? I would call it a then and now, kind of, sort of, somewhat, for what that is, right? I have some silly clips here at the beginning. They're not the normal intellectual fare that I usually get into. Just felt like commenting on all those people on Love Boat. Tom Hanks, I mean, I feel like he was innocent in the 80s and now he's become a corrupt old man and he scares me. In any case, I think I shall move along to our next clip here. And this one's somewhat good. I'm pleased to have this one. We'll bring it over here to you like that. Boom! Whoosh. So here we have a clip of Al Bundy lecturing his neighbor, Marcy, and he says, "You disobeyed a man." That's how the dialogue starts. Let's go to it here, shall we?
And which means you weren't doing your job as a woman. See, the thing is, women don't understand that men don't really need them. See, if you want to talk to someone, you talk to the guys. If you want to have some fun, you go with the guys. You want sex, you reminisce with the guys. Now let's get back to women. What are they for? The two C's. Cooking, kitchen.
Al, I'm amazed your knuckles don't bleed when you walk.
You know who she looks like here? There's a lady on Silicon Valley who runs the VC firm that the company on the show, the main company, works with most of the time, and she looks like the lady who does that role. It's amazing how much she resembles her, and she's very pretty here, all femmed out. This lady is a known lesbian, which is fine, and I mean, like, I never had anything against her. She's funny. She's a funny lady. She's giving me laughs, being this uptight lady neighbor of Al Bundy.
Good day, Marcy.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Very
Yeah,
well.
there are moments in acting, like when you can tell they're acting, when she goes, I'm sorry. It just felt like she was reciting a line to me.
So we've established that we don't need you. Now, let's ask ourselves, what the heck do we keep you around for? It's because we're optimists. We believe that you can change. The world-renowned social scientist, Mr. Hugh Hefner, has made great strides in that area. See, your problem is you're not servile enough. So, young lady, if you want to save
Why
your...
don't people laugh when he says you're not servile enough? Doesn't that mean like submissive or serving the man or something? Servile.
You're going to have to learn to compromise a little bit. Put down that briefcase. Pick up a dish rag and be a woman. You disobeyed a...
All right, good one. Thank you, Al. We're going to look up servile right now. Servile. Definition. I want to know it right now. Tell me what that is. Servile, having or showing excessive willingness to serve or please others. So when he says servile, I'm inclined to laugh. Why didn't anyone laugh? When you need to be servile? It's funny when Al Bundy says that to his neighbor. Is it not? I certainly personally do think that it is. What's next? Oh, yes. I see what's next here. I'm looking forward to this, I guess, for what it is. And I will come over here and I will pause this momentarily. I will bring it back to the beginning. And I will take it over to my favorite screen for you guys right now. Whoosh. And I'll blow it up. And before we begin, so it's on an airplane. And I'm going to turn the lights out for this so we can get a little bit of a dramatic effect here. I realize it's kind of dark right now. I want to see how dark is it on my face. What if I go front key light? That's a little better. Okay. Yes, a little more dramatic for the cinema experience right now. And as I was saying, this woman here, I will point out as we go, I might stop and make commentary here and there on this. I don't think it's especially creative, but I was like, oh, cool. Brittany Furlan, she's got her start on it was the thing that preceded TikTok, owned by Twitter. What the hell was that? I'm forgetting the name of it. It was an app with 15-second clips that people could post, and that's how she became famous. There she is right there. You know what's funny is she reminds me of my cousin, Leia. She has the look, you know, the Italian kind of look. And this woman in real life is Italian. I believe her dad or mom, one of those two, is Italian.
All right, let's do this.
Right now?
Yeah.
She's good looking, but she's definitely done some work to her body and her face. I'm pretty darn sure she got fake boobs.
Give me your phone.
Are you ready?
Wait, are you fucking kidding me?
What?
After everything we talked about, you are really still texting this bitch?
No, I'm not talking to her at all.
So
What,
this
so
is
you're
like,
calling me a liar?
I'm not calling
That is
you
not
a liar.
it's
her?
a fetish, the way they start this whole thing and deal with the situation.
You right there after you said
She's the one he should be hitting on right there.
delete her.
Actually, I'm just kidding. I actually think Brittany is prettier.
Being crazy right now.
I'm being crazy. Oh boy!
I don't want to
Crazy
do this
girl on
right
the
now.
plane.
We're in the middle of an
Oh,
airplane.
you don't want to do it? Why? You're afraid everyone on this plane is gonna find out how much of an asshole you are?
Okay, you need to calm
Yeah.
down.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to the bathroom.
You are not leaving this conversation.
Let me go to
I
the
am not
bathroom.
finished.
Just let me go.
They have an ulterior motive.
God, I can't believe.
It's time for little kids. Right now, if you are a child, you need to leave this program. You need to turn it off. Just parental warning here.
Followed me into the bathroom on an airplane.
Child defined as anyone under the age of 17, in my opinion. 18. Let's make it 18.
Continue an argument.
I can't believe you're still texting that stupid girl!
I already
This
told
is
you
not so
I'm not
funny, is it?
texting her.
You know what your problem is?
What?
You're not even trying to see things from my perspective!
Well, you know what your problem is?
What?
So their cover is that they're in an argument and they're in the bathroom, obviously with some mile high action.
You're mine.
Oh, you are such a dick! Such a huge dick!
Well, maybe if you wouldn't freak out about every little thing and let me explain myself, we wouldn't have these problems.
Well,
Could you really do all that talking and focus on finishing? I don't know.
then explain yourself.
You want me to explain myself right here, right now, in the middle of this flight?
Yes.
Let them work it
Otherwise,
out.
We're never gonna talk about
Oh, you're so
it.
Why
nice.
do you say that?
Because that's what you always
They're
do.
working it out
You
already.
just hope I forget.
Okay, I promised you we will talk about this when we get home. Can we please stop arguing on this airplane?
Fine.
Are we finished here?
I don't know yet. Are we?
Almost. Now we're finished.
Okay, very good. And they're out of the bathroom just like that. Is that it? And everyone knows.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Was this especially creative? I don't think it
it's
was
okay.
super creative. For whatever that is. It's not the most creative thing I've ever seen. So we close out of that. We come back here. We turn this light on. And we turn this light back on. Come on now. There we go. Elgato light is slow on the uptake. I like these newer brand that I have because they turn on like instantly. What's next, my lovies? People, what's next? So that's the end of the silly stuff. What we have next is Jedidiah. I don't remember what clip this is. Okay, so she's commenting on something that was happening on whatever. The TV show whatever, or the YouTube show whatever. And so we'll come over here. We'll blow it up, and we will play it.
To be monogamous.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that assessment?
Yes, because she's not romantically involved with the other men. I understand the
Oh.
implication.
This guy. Who's this guy? I've never seen quite the dorky guy on here. Is he dorky or is he cool? And let's take another look at the group, shall we? I don't think this is the best looking group. Always love how he has the sex doll in the background. That's something like I wish I would have thought of. Like just have a doll back here with me. Oh man. Still, I'm like, what are you doing with that doll? Okay. Make of it what you will. Like Southern California, hot chicks are a dime a dozen. What's going on here, Brian? Brian the Weak. And Brian with the shitty cups. Okay, I'll mention the cups every time I see him, but I won't go into a whole diatribe on it. I need that gigantic stream deck also.
That it is sleeping with other men on camera and stuff, but it's more acting. So, other people would say that's cheating. I don't, because it's not romance involved.
Well, it may
we're
not
with each other, so-
it may not necessarily be cheating, but I don't think you can classify what you guys have as monogamy.
And
Because-
that's totally
because-
fine.
have our own
So
opinions,
what
but
we're
we're just
doing
doing
here
it for
is
my-
we're talking about a polyamorous relationship with a bunch of chicks and a dude. And this is starting to make more sense, the type of women I'm seeing here.
so we can get a place because, you know, like we used to work in grocery stores and fast food and we were miserable and broke, $400 a week or something, and could barely eat. And like we both have an understanding. Like one day we were just like really broke and had $100, like he said, and I was like, well, what if I work at this club? I know you and I think it's weird. Are you okay with it? I asked him permission before I did any of this.
Hold on.
Nashu Nabu donated $100. This is my one simp post for Keely. Get a prenup before you get married, just in case.
Okay, stop. Now, the reason he's saying get a prenup is because, listen, this guy's not going to be doing this forever. I don't know about that. He looks pretty whipped. This guy looks like he's been debowled. I don't know how else to say it.
Debowled?
He looks like he's
Without
lost.
even this situation, he looks like a debowled guy.
Is there like a low
Hold on. Now it looks like you have a cold sore on your lower lip here. The other day it was on the upper lip, so maybe it's just a lipstick thing. Jedidiah, you've got to check your makeup before you start these things. I know I sound very condescending, and I'm mansplaining, and it's sexist, yada, yada, yada. But seriously, woman, watch out, because it looks like nothing here. It looks like the surface of Mars from a 1970s era picture taken. But let's come back out here.
Problem going on. Something is wrong here. That this guy is able to sit there and now he's validating what she's saying, right? She said, "Oh no, we consider it monogamy." He comes in and says, "Well, it's not cheating." There's a difference.
It's acting.
There's different. First of all,
Whatever.
is it act? It's not acting.
It's
in
not
fact,
monogamy.
at one point in this, they correlate it to like film and television. In film and television, let me just say, unless you're doing pornography, you're not actually having sex with the people. Like when you go watch, The Notebook, and you watch the love scene, it's not actually happening, honey.
Yep.
That is acting.
Right.
Okay, that's not the same thing as you actually having sex with other men.
Right.
I mean, why do I need to delineate
even
this?
still, some people will consider acting, and I understand where they're coming from on this. When you're just acting a role where you're getting intimate in a bed with somebody, even if you're not really having sex, even though you're depicting sex for the sake of storytelling, some people will consider that a violation of their covenant, of their commitment. And I get that. I completely get that. I also get how some people can be just so strangely emotionally detached to that they go ahead and do that. But I would have a problem being with a woman who's an actor for that very reason. I don't want her being off alone on movie sets with guys, hanging out with strangers far away, not seeing one another. That's not even a relationship. I think a proper relationship is you live nearby one another, you live with one another each day. And so the lifestyle of acting compromises one's ability to be in a serious relationship that is truly monogamous, and frankly, furthermore, a relationship that is not compromised by the details in a what do I want to call it? In a lifestyle where you're acting around other people. It's a little loose. You might describe it as a little loose, even though they may not be having sex, even though they may not be consummating cheating. It's like it's putting yourself out there for the attraction. It would be impossible for me to be in a movie scene with a bunch of these beautiful women really being intimate and not being mentally, psychologically, physically aroused by it. I can't pretend not to be.
Brain dead in life and making excuses for what is and what isn't. Notice how he says, though, it's okay because she's not romantically involved. So now you got yourself a red flag girl who's somehow able to detach the sex from emotion on top of it all.
That's
Sit
red
back and
flag
ask
big
yourself,
time.
as a man, what's going on there? What's going on that she's so able to hop in and out of this and hit in and out of that? And I'll tell you what's going on with this guy. This guy is guilty. You see that expression before that we showed? Guilty. You know why he's guilty? Because when they couldn't make ends meet, he didn't step up to the plate and figure something out.
Right. Provide,
Instead,
man.
He's letting her.
Oh, yep. This is his compromise. Is that not? It's like cucking for a woman or something, right? Interesting. Interesting.
He allowed this to happen because it enabled him to take an easier path, right? She's saying she went to him. He's not debunking what she's saying.
Jedidiah is tearing you apart, dude. You put yourself out there, and now you have a credible woman saying you did not stand up to the plate. You did not provide the way that a man would figure out how to provide. I'll tell you straight up what. As long it goes along the lines of this provide for women topic right here. I'm scared to have more kids. If the world goes to hell in a handbasket, if I can't survive the way I've survived all my life, I'm scared to have kids because the biggest nightmare in my life is this idea of having kids and they starve because society is not allowing me to produce for them food on the plate the way that it used to. Like if it disappears off the shelf in the supermarket, what the hell am I going to do as a father to feed my kids? Anything I have to, but that scares the shit out of me because I have been grown up lazy in the context of this society is what I'm saying. Like I haven't had to chase through the forest to get the meat. I go to the supermarket to get it. And it's been provided for through business means, producing economically through a business. And so what? I have to feed my kid by chasing after. That's just a nightmare of mine that I felt like bringing up right now.
Sweet. That's on you, man. You got to step up. Okay? You got to make something happen. I don't know if that means getting a side gig or whatever you got to do. And now you've allowed this to go on and you feel less. I am a man. And it's plastered all over your face that you feel shame about this experience. And she's making you go to the whatever podcast to try to defend something that you're embarrassed about. And we can see it. Audience, can you see it in the chat?
Yes.
Do you not see shame on that guy's face?
Oh my God, yes.
Come on.
Show me.
He looks like he'd rather be anywhere. Like take him and waterboard him instead of sitting
He's
there.
out of
he
place
would be
here.
down to do it. Do you not see it? I see it. Okay. Let's go to now we've decided. Can you imagine saying it's monogamous? I still can't get over that.
It's fucking cognitive dissonance. Big time. Gotta be kidding me. The excuses people make to excuse their fucking behavior. Fucking unbelievable.
Okay. This is the best. 3507. Let's play it.
The prenup makes sense.
Let me ask you a question. If she were to sleep with another man, not within the context of creating adult content, would you have an issue with that?
Oh, brother,
Yes.
that's the novel info for me right there. I did not know that we were discussing her making adult content. Troubling cognitive dissonance all around.
Yeah, of course, because that's actually cheating. But
No, but let's say she doesn't, it's just a one-night stand, she just wanted to fuck, there's no romantic component, there's no emotional component, she just wants to get her rocks off, whatever. Would you have an issue with that?
I wouldn't.
She might not, but would you have an issue with that?
I would have an issue with that, yes.
Of course.
Because that's not for the camera, that's not for making money. That's cheating.
Can I ask out of genuine...
Oh, God, I can't believe they fucking make excuses like this. I don't know how many times can I say how crazy people make me because of the excuses they make in life. So she does pornography. We're not even talking about acting in a movie. We're talking about actual sex acts for money you don't consider cheating. It's a form of work. It's sex work. But if she just goes out, so there's something emotional there when she goes out and cheats on the guy for real. Somehow, I don't know how you can compartmentalize that in your head, dude, but I'm guessing that you're not happy about this. The essence of you in this situation is that you're not happy.
You said telling your story early on that you kind of...
Dude, if you want to get your life straight, I'll tell you right now. Right now, man. It's fucking priceless advice from Paul time. Get out of that situation and get in a normal situation. Build yourself up. Build value. Unfortunately, this is going to be on the internet forever, and you decided to do this. But regardless, I would respect you more as a man if you got the hell out of this. And also, fucking man up when you got to provide. Man up and fucking provide. I can imagine some people in my life saying what a hypocrite I am right now, but hey, certain things are beyond my control. I'm not unaware. I'm not like putting things away about the nature of my own life. I'm just telling you, dude, you have low self-esteem. You need to get out of this. Salvage your self-esteem. Fucking read Rollo's book. Read fucking the first 4 fucking books and like really retool your mind a little bit. I'm seriously recommending Rollo's book for that guy. Dr. Paul, must prescribe this book for this poor young man here who is in a hell state of being taken advantage of in a relationship. Sir, dude, you must listen to me now. I insist. If you give me contact info for that dude, I will buy you Rollo's first book. Someone tell me. Come on. I'm serious. If someone actually contacted me and engaged with me and said, okay, here's the dude, here's his address, I would send the fucking book as your gift to your house. Order it off Amazon today. I would do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Someone send it retroactive to me, say, so-and-so, you said you'd send them this book. I will. Someone just has to fucking give me the proper info and I will send it to them.
Remain ignorant about this, that you don't want to know what's going on behind the scenes, you don't watch the content, you don't subscribe to the OnlyFans. Do you think that's intentional? Like there's a part of you that knows something is not quite right about that?
Of course.
I do think so, yeah. I think there's a part of me that is kind of a little disturbed by it. I'm not going to lie.
Kind of a little. Just be fucking real, dude. You're saying kind of a little because right now you're afraid that she's going to like whoosh, whip you into shape. Really fucked up. I did not, when I started playing this video, I did not realize what was really happening here.
Logically speaking, I mean, I studied biomedical sciences. You can't separate the romantic, emotional part of engaging in the most intimate experience that you can with another human being from solely the act of getting a
let's
paycheck
pause that
or
for a
making
second.
money.
So first of all, do you see his discomfort?
Yes.
He's now admitting his level of discomfort that he's feeling. She probably, his girlfriend, did not plan on him saying that. And you will notice throughout this, what we're going to cover, that she repeatedly interjects. She's answering for him in a lot of cases. Almost like, you ever see those shows where there's like a little
Dump
girl
her. I'm
and
fucking
mom.
telling you.
Dance moms does this all the
Dude, I'll just keep saying it. Dump her, dude. Leave. Get in a different situation. Don't make excuses. And these fucking emotions, get over these emotions. Overcome it. You'll feel stronger as a man. You know, redefine your life. Get out of California, for God's sake. This is like, you have been so reduced and debased in this situation. Don't answer for me. Don't answer for him. I asked this guy a question. Don't you answer for him and don't you answer for me. Let me deal with it. I'm the boss of the situation. Let me deal with myself. I can speak for my fucking self, dude, is what you should be saying, dude. Put her on the spot there. Make her feel embarrassed. Make it hard for her to hook up in the future unless she becomes a better person. All right, maybe that's going too far. I don't know. What? Maybe I'm doing her a favor. Save your fucking souls, people. I'm just a little disgusted by this now that we've gotten into it.
And they interview the girl, and the mom steps in constantly to answer the questions because she doesn't trust what her kid's going to say on camera. She wants to kind of oversee, you know, that helicopter parent.
Honestly, when I started this clip, I was like, I haven't seen this. I'm like virginal to the whole clip. I don't know if I'll have anything to say. And then all of a sudden, once the meaning of what is happening hit me, I'm like, oh my God, of course I have a lot to say. And those make for the best clips when I have some predetermined idea of what my values are. And then suddenly someone triggers it and I'm like, bam, I'm just like flippity floppity flop, flop, flop. Talk. Back to this now.
Parent situation going on right there, only it's not parental, or at least it shouldn't be. So he's uncomfortable. He's telling you. He doesn't watch the content. He doesn't get involved in the content. He doesn't help her create the content because there's something a little sick about it.
Yeah, he's
at
jealous.
Least got
he's
that
upset.
Chip still active.
He's feeling like, imagine how small he feels inside, allowing him to be in a situation like that, dude. That's why my voice is to get the F out of this relationship. Just take my word for it. I'm not a therapist. I'm just someone giving you my personal opinion. Please, dude, you will feel so much better about yourself if you liberate yourself from this situation. And you should use this platform to, I hope this platform and what's happening now, going viral and all these videos, all these people talking about you, you let yourself be embarrassed in front of the world. Take it as a chance to change. It's the opportunity you have to make the changes you need, because I'm sick. I feel sorry for you watching you.
The problem is that his masculinity is no longer intact enough for him to do something about it and to say, this stops today or I get out. I'm going to figure out another plan of a way to make money. I am not comfortable with this. This is disgusting and it's not going to continue. Right? That chip, it's been deadened. Think about like somebody who's drugged and their like nerves get deadened. That's been deadened in that guy.
Oh, yes.
Now,
you're
the idea
absolutely
of
right. People, their spirit just fucking wanes and they're tired and they give up. It's just, you get worn down under this stuff and then you wind up just submitting to it because you're like hopeless. Dude, I'm trying to give you hope. I don't care who that girl is. I don't care what she does. I hope she gets on a better path in life. I'm just offering you the advice from me personally. I would hate to be in your situation, and I know that I would never find myself in your situation at this stage of my life. So for God's sake, get away from her. And if your family hears what I'm saying, they should say, hey, listen to this dude right here. Listen to this dude. I'm offering you priceless advice. And when I was younger, I didn't follow good advice that I got from people I was close to about who to be with sometimes. And it would have fucking just... Sometimes people who are on the outside of you can see the truth of a situation that you're overlooking, that you're denying because of weird emotions that are involved, subconscious feelings. And please, dude, just trust me. Listen to Jedidiah. Listen to me. You have a problem, dude. It's a self-respect problem. Restore your self-respect. Liberate yourself from this. Believe me, getting laid, having a woman next to you is not worth these kinds of headaches. Just trust me. I'm serious. I'm being very
that
sincere.
Woman who studies biomedical science is saying there's validity to that. There's a lot of truth scientifically to the fact that, the instinct is to pair that emotion and that romance with the act. But people are getting increasingly deadened to that reality because of the hyper-promiscuity happening in society. So people are actually programming
Oh my God,
themselves.
I'm so glad you brought that up. You know what? Because monogamy is jeopardized. The ability of people to be monogamous is jeopardized when they become hypersexualized. When they're in these relationships where it involves multiple people, how do you go back to one? Once your fucking sexual being, your sexual nature becomes corrupted and becomes something entirely different. Fuck this secular culture. This is not good for people. The older I freaking get, even though I do what I do here, I'm talking about what I'm talking about, I find myself backing away from it constantly because I don't think it's any good. I've realized how fucking secular society, godless society is bad because anything goes. And in a situation, in a context with the human experience, when anything goes, you're going to have a lot of people super fucked up and they're not going to be doing the right thing. It's so freaking obvious. Poor guy. Dude, leave her. I'm serious. I don't care what they think. I don't care what anyone thinks. Leave her, leave her, leave her, leave her. I'm judging. It's time to judge. I'm a little bit wound up on this.
Now, mentally, intellectually, to separate the two so that they're able more and more to go into these situations. And even though it's counterintuitive, a lot of them are able to make that break, even though it's not, it's not a full break, by the way.
Get out of it?
Even if you go into a situation.
You're talking about make that break from reality and do something bad, or make a break, like get the hell out of a bad situation?
By the way, there is some type of energy exchange that happens. Even if you feel completely in control and you walk away and you're not thinking about that person and you're like, I'm a master of this game, you're not. Because there is some of it is physical.
Yes.
And it's getting...
You know what's happening is all that resentment is building up inside him and he's angry and he's confused. He's probably depressed. I'm just telling you, save up your money. I didn't get the part of this. Are they married? Because if they're married, it's like, fuck. Hey, if you're married and there's no fault California divorce laws, then you can like divorce her and she'll have to pay you alimony. Wouldn't that be ironic? From her online OnlyFans work. Does it seem just? I don't know. A real man might not take the money. Just get out of there, dude. I would fucking bust tables and work in share a one tiny bedroom apartment with a bunch of people to get the hell out of that situation, as long as they're morally and spiritually and personally grounded. Not that I'm those things every moment of every day, but I do aspire to that. It may not seem like it on here, but I have a very cerebral way of going about life when I'm not doing this. I'm trying to be sensational right now, so you stop judging me. You stop thinking about me, and I'll stop talking about me. And we'll go back to this.
In some way. You can't be pressed up against somebody's body doing all this stuff. It's very hard to completely have that not
talking about that.
Enter your energy orbit. Ooh. That's just a reality. But increasingly, people are trying to program themselves to do that. And think about a society that's in decay that is increasingly trying to do that, right? Where sex was once something that you did in order to create another human being. It was intentional. Mm-hmm. It was with somebody that you planned to have some longevity with. Right. It was something where you could bring life to another person. That's the whole point of sex, right?
It's the whole point of monogamy, becoming one with someone else. It's this deep fucking super spiritual bond, being one with someone else. It's amazing. And then you like diffuse it. It's not that I haven't been corrupted by the idea of amazing sex with all kinds of women in hypersexualized contemporary American life. It's just that I recognize the moral mistakes I've made in life. I recognize how corrupted I've been by the environment with everything being so available. Like, what does Rollo call it? He calls it all forms of sexuality to their extreme max are available to guys. And so in a way you could sort of see one of the impacts of pornography in contemporary life is that I was going to say it's a form of keeping people out of relationships, destroying families, making people so they're not monogamous. It's another form of social disruption, many of which in different varieties are contributing to the downfall of this society. And I'm not saying hyperbole. That's really what I'm saying is happening here. Come on.
Like kind of like a side angle of it. But you know, procreation is the goal.
Yes.
Not anymore. Now it's all me.
Yes.
Nope, I don't care about you. You're just an object. Just kind of disgusting where we're at in society.
If you're sincere and you're a real person, I really like this lady. I say that every time I kiss her butt, and maybe she's so intelligent that she's just saying what she knows will sell. But I do like you a lot, Jedidiah, and I will keep coming back to you because you deliver the goods. And I'm telling that guy, leave that. Your wife, your girlfriend, whatever she is to you, get out of that. God almighty. It was just making me cringe, feel uncomfortable for you being in that situation. It's a terrible feeling, and believe me, I've lived a life of some humiliation from some not very nice people before in my life. So that's the advice I'm giving that dude. For real. I don't have much time left, but this is a very good clip of Myron from Fresh and Fit getting really heated under the collar, and so I want to come over here and I want to play it for you. And it's pretty good. If this is the one I'm thinking, let's go here.
I can't stay on air, boys. There's too much going on.
I'm trying to help y'all out, man. I'm telling you guys, we're giving for all the stupid out there that go and say that we're insecure.
I noticed
toxic,
that
blah, blah, blah,
they cut out the swear words on this, and is that because they recognize? Is it true that if you swear on a recording on YouTube, it's going to count against you in the algorithm? Is that why when you put up clips like this, you cut out the swearing? Because I like the swearing. I want to hear the swearing. Motherfucking tell me the swearing, Myron. But I get it. If you want to have more downloads, that's a valid point. I just wish I could have AI do the job for me because I'm too lazy to take it out myself. It's work to go through a whole thing and be like, okay, take this out, take this out, take this out, take this out. Takes a long time. I get it. Continue, please.
When it comes to girls on Instagram, they're lying to you guys. And the reason why they're lying to you guys is because women always have the plausible deniability to sit there and say, well, I can't control how many DMs I get. It's just Instagram. It's just a profile. They are professionals at minimizing the situation at hand because they're in a privileged position once again where they're getting all the attention. But if you tell her, you know what, man, I don't really commit to girls that are on social media like that have certain types of provocative photos.
Yes.
They're going to sit there and do everything in their power to fucking shame you. Why do you guys think we went viral when I said a girl is cheating when she has sex?
They're going to whine and bitch and moan about their empowerment. Like that they have the right to do that. And I've been saying this for years and years and years that being a WHORE is not empowerment. Duh. But they have it fed to them through society that empowerment is being loose. And this is all part of the fucking moral decay that it all keeps channeling back to. The point I'm making, moral decay.
If you're in a serious relationship with her, why do you think that went viral? The reason why it went viral is because I am deconstructing the female sexual strategy, okay? I am deconstructing that. Women don't sit there and overtly hit on you. They'll lie to you and say, girls actually hit on guys all the time, and I don't do that. Listen, you stupid ass. I know you don't hit on niggas. I know that you make yourself a certain way so that niggas hit on you. That's how it goes, okay? But if I go ahead and pull the veil out and show what the fuck is really going on.
I was like, yeah, he's really going after him. This is a man who stands up to dumbass women, and that's why I admire him so much, because I'm a man who's been walked on and I've been weak, And I'm reaching this age where I'm like, whatever, I'll just fucking tell you what I think.
The dating marketplace that women are putting for sale signs on their fucking neck via Instagram.
Yes.
Okay?
Dude, yes.
They don't like that because what I've effectively done is I'm cutting the fucking dinosaur off from the legs. Okay? Saying, yo, I know what y'all are doing. You guys are using this to advertise yourself to get higher status men, and guys should not commit to bitches like you. And they get mad and say that's insecure. No,
they love to turn it around like that.
You are as a man.
They turn it around like that.
Full price of the fucking vehicle and keep a for sale sign on it. That's stupid. That's unacceptable. But
Dude,
anytime you put boundaries on women, they're going to sit there and call you some kind of shaming language. It's on you as the guy to look past the matrix and understand, yo, I don't like this shit. All I'm doing for you motherfuckers is telling you what your natural instincts are already telling you. You know deep down you don't like your girl going out girls' nights out. You know deep down you don't like it when your girl put sexy pictures of herself on the internet for other niggas to see and like. You already know deep down you don't like her fucking guy friends showing up randomly, hanging out with her, etc. You already know deep down you don't want her to fucking go out to the club and do all this other fuck shit. But the problem
this ties in well to that last video because they just figure, I can have guy friends. It's like, no, you put yourself in that situation and nature takes over. So you get tempted, you cheat, and it all gets fucked up. And so that's the difference between real monogamy that's a covenant. You want to be with that person. You want to make an emotional, lifelong investment, be with that person, and then like you aren't going to be purposefully tempting yourself in certain situations, and you're not going to have to worry about it. It'll be a stronger relationship. But that's the fucking destruction of monogamy right there. Is that women are just like, I can have guy friends. I want to go out hang out with my girls. I want to be a naked whore on fucking Instagram.
The Matrix, okay? The slave mind tells you to be a slave.
Get me all worked up.
Approval and do whatever the fuck she wants to do. But in reality, she loses respect for you doing whatever the fuck she wants to do. She wants you to.
That's right. I love what he's saying.
I
right
don't
now.
like that.
That's
and
priceless.
I don't commit to girls that do that.
Well done.
Or she likes that. You say, okay, listen, you want to go to the club? Fantastic. But when you come back, you're going to be single, baby girl. All right? And your stuff's going to be packed outside. She likes that shit. You want to know why? Because women need to be protected from themselves, and they fucking love it when a guy has the fucking balls to tell her to her face, I don't commit to girls that do this type of shit. You want to know why? Because a lot of you motherfuckers give your relationship and your commitment out for fucking nothing. You need to start putting a price on your commitment.
Man, I'm loving it. He is out of his mind right now, and that's why I like this guy. He is the ultimate controller of the frame.
When you put a price on your commitment, because best believe that's what these bitches want. They don't want to be hoes long term. There's a reason why it's called hot girl summer, not hot girl year, is because they want that commitment. Make these hoes work for it. You guys give your commitment away like it's fucking candy, and you wonder why bitches don't respect you and they yell at you in Target and slap you upside the head.
I've seen that a million times. I've seen so many guys, they get a little attention from a woman and they're like, oh my God, she's talking to me. She likes me. Oh my God, commit to her. Oh, I love her. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's pathetic. Weak ass men. That's what I was like when I was 19. At what point do you start growing out of that? And that's why, as a father, you got to teach your young boys, like, teach them. Don't just say, here's Rollo's book. Teach them the principles of life. Like, a woman is supposed to compliment you in life. And I'm not saying, oh, you look pretty. I'm saying the way you work to another, you're supposed to have a complementary relationship that functions well, like a good partnership or something.
Going on with this guy is because you don't have the ability to comprehend female nature. Women don't know what's right for them a lot of the times, and studies have proven this shit.
Oh my God,
you become attractive by having boundaries.
I've never seen more dumb women in society than now. The younger women, I'm listening to them talk on all these shows, and I'm like, oh my God, how fucking stupid. And I'm not indicting all of them for being stupid. But there's something deliberate about society making you superficial and brain dead, and that's why the family unit is so important. Two good parents, mothers and fathers together, really formulating the minds of those young people to be good people with values. And it helps so much, frankly, to have a Judeo-Christian basis for it. That is what has been the greatest proliferator of the American lifestyle, with prosperity and the good life for everyone. It goes for every group, in my opinion. I'm not making this comment about one race. I think Judeo-Christian lifestyle is like foundation in society. It's good for everybody. I'm going a little long on this because this is really good.
The only way this is going to work, though, is you got to get your value up. She ain't going to care if you're a bum saying this shit. You got to be the fucking man and then tell her, yo, listen, you can do whatever you want. But if you go out on that girls trip, you go to the club, you fucking like to have your guy friends, cool.
You just aren't going to be with me.
Good. And she knows right then and there, if you're high value enough, she gonna drop all that
away.
shit for you. I promise you. These bitches be fucking lying. They will go ahead and change their entire life around for you if you're that fucking guy. That bitch will turn into a goddamn Celtics fan if she was a Lakers fan before.
Champion of the year right now, dude.
And switch over to the Yankees when she been cheering for the fucking Red Sox. These hoes ain't loyal to nothing but their emotions. And you gotta be that fucking guy to stimulate those emotions through your own high fucking value. You guys, the problem is that a lot of you guys are not high status enough. You don't have your money on point. You don't have a fucking strong frame. You don't have any of these things in place. And then you think a girl's gonna fucking sit there and submit to you.
And commit to you. That's why you got to build your value. Then she will want to be with you. Then she will change her whole lifestyle around to be with you. I get it. I get the fucking message from these guys. It's valuable. It's been value for me all the way because I'm telling you guys. So as much as I get on here and I goof on people and things, I've really been grateful hearing what Rollo has had to say in life. I'm grateful my cousin introduced me to his books. I'm grateful to guys like Myron who are like that role model for controlling the frame, for building the value in your life, that when you want a woman to commit to you, she will submit to you in that way when she knows your worth, that when you build up all those aspects, those facets, those details and variables in your life that matter so much to get into something good. Okay? I liked that. That's so fucking inspiring. Wrong one. I meant to say shit. That's so inspiring. Oh god, okay. You are the greatest man in the world. No. You are the greatest man in the world. That's more like it. That's a proper exclamation point. That is just like taking the wind out of my sails. It's like, I feel so good about myself today. Oh shit, really? Damn. I feel so good about myself today. Boom! Yeah, very pumped up. I'm telling you, there's a whole fucking, exposition from the beginning to the end of these recordings, and people who duck out early don't see how fun it gets when I'm just all of a sudden, my mind is like clicking and I'm saying and doing all the right things. So once more, I got to the end and I had one video left that was by Rollo, and I'm going to save that until later. I just try to pack it with more, and then when I get up to about an hour, I decide to call it quits. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up now. I'm going to say, thank you. If you actually made it through this, you rock. If you like it, please like the video, share the video, tell your friends about the video. If you want me to send that guy a book from Rollo, find out who that guy was, ask Brian from whatever, say, hey, do you have that guy's contact? I'm willing to send him Rollo's fucking book. He needs it. Dude, get out of that relationship. Dear God. I'm grateful to all you guys. I'm in a developmental mode here. It's all going to change. It's certain. I can imagine how I'm going to be mixing things differently when I do this, that, and the other thing. But everyone, peace be with you all. Leave her. You can do better, sir.